I'm going to share 32 practical methods for establishing an outstanding connection with your professors. This video is for everyone who wants to get an outstanding letter of recommendation, better grades in group projects, a job opportunity in a professor's work group, a thesis offer, and a better learning experience. I asked myself, why do some students get these benefits? Does it only depend on their knowledge and skills, or are there other factors that contribute to this success? Having worked with thousands of students and maybe 100 professors, I finally got the factors on paper. Look, some methods here are questionable, and you may not be comfortable with all of them. Be genuine and use what feels right for you. Don't pretend, and be authentic. The goal is to build good relationships. By the way, you can use these skills on the job too. So let's start. Look at this picture from the perspective of a professor. Who do you think the professor will make a better connection with? Provide a feeling that you're fully present in the moment. In small online classes, you can leave your camera on. Pay undivided attention and try to listen actively when you're interacting with your professor. Sure, professors tend to like active participants. Prepare 3 questions that you can ask during class. Don't overdo it because you may annoy the professor and your classmates. Avoid questions like, can you repeat the last 10 minutes? Or will this be part of the exam? The more you prepare yourself for each class, the better questions you can ask. Avoid emails that require long explanations for an answer. It really costs a lot of time to write detailed answers. Instead, ask yes/no questions in mails if possible. In many cases, the professor can simply answer with a yes and invest more time on the questions that require more attention. I'm more impressed by students that start weak and have a steep learning curve because they're very dedicated. That gives me the confidence that the person can tackle any challenge. Almost all students deliver their assignments right before the deadline. Your professor can often see that you're the first and get the impression that you're very well organized. It creates trust in your abilities, but it's more important to do your assignments thoroughly than submitting them early. Make sure that your assignments are submitted in the right format with a good file name, they're readable, the professor can easily find every task and the results because they're highlighted. Add a tiny extra to your assignments that shows you're really interested in learning. Don't overdo it. I'll give you an example. Let's say you must deliver a piece of code. You found that you can write more efficient code with a certain function that you found. Put your extended code in comments. Maybe it's even useful for the professor. In group projects, you can easily show your dedication by putting in extra effort. Being in class just a few minutes earlier gives you the opportunity to have a quick chat with your professor. Being early shows you're interested and take the class seriously. While waiting, you can study to demonstrate your attitude as a learner. All professors are humans with a life, hobbies, their own struggles and everything. You can ask what your professor is working on. Ask how his or her weekend was. Briefly tell about what you did and build a conversation. It won't just benefit you, but it makes the whole class environment more comfortable. But respect boundaries and don't get in contact via personal text messages or phone calls unless there's an emergency. Be friendly and smile. A simple good morning from you can cheer up your professor's mood. Most students don't look too enthusiastic in the morning. You can support weaker classmates in interactive class sessions or in your free time. Professors will notice that you have above average knowledge and that you have a supportive nature. To celebrate my first 100 subscribers, I'm giving away 3 ebooks of my favorite book, Crucial Conversations: Tools for Talking When Stakes Are High. I wish I had read this book in my youth. It helps me a lot in navigating through difficult situations. Before I release my next video, simply write down one question that you would like me to answer in one of my videos. I will pick the 3 most original questions and announce the winners in the comment section. If something needs to be carried, you can help. You can help in handing out papers. You can hold the door and make sure the classroom stays clean. Don't overdo it, do it only occasionally. Go to the consultation hour or find a free moment to ask your professor's opinion about your study or career plans. It's a great opportunity to put yourself on the professor's radar with your specific strengths and interests. It's awkward for professors when they ask a question or look for a volunteer and no one says anything. Do them a favor by giving your best shot every once in a while. Even if you think you know it better than your professor, don't show off. Suppress the feeling of showing people that you're smarter. It can be annoying. Instead, try to enrich the class with your knowledge and ask questions. For professors, it's often hard to distinguish between students, especially in the beginning. Bring out your personality. Let's say your cheerful attitude, your humor, your clothing style, or your hobby. It will make you more relatable. If there's an introduction round in the beginning, use the opportunity to mention what makes you special. In interactive classes, ask your shy classmates, what do you think about this? Your professor is always worried that not all students participate equally. He or she will be very happy that you contribute to a more inclusive atmosphere. Bring something to eat that you can share with everyone. Maybe something from your culture. You can do it for an occasion like your birthday or a religious or cultural occasion. It relaxes the mood and you have something personal to talk about with your professor. Use the online forum and encourage other students to answer your questions. Also answer questions that other students have. This saves the professor time and shows that you're engaged in making the course livelier. In a subtle way, you can let your professor know about your activities. If you're part of an extracurricular student group and you're looking for volunteers, ask your professor if you can make an announcement in class. Briefly let your professor know when you're absent while visiting a conference or another event. Don't expect immediate responses in the evening and over the weekend from your professor, especially when you couldn't manage your own time and started an assignment last minute. It can be very stressful for the professor because you're putting on a lot of sudden pressure. You can let the professor know about mistakes you found and suggest improvements for the content and delivery. It is possible to do it in a well manner without sounding cocky. If you really like the class, say, "Thank you, I really enjoyed today's class." Even better, highlight what part you especially liked so that it doesn't sound like a random compliment. Don't take a quick reply, an email over the weekend, or a deadline extension for granted. A thank you is appropriate here. You want to make a good impression. Avoid putting your jacket, food, and stuff all over the place in the classroom. If you get a low grade and you don't know the exact reasons, ask what you could have done better. Show your professor that you're more interested in learning than getting good grades. In project-based courses, keep promises you made to your teammates and your professors. Openly communicate unforeseen developments before you reach a deadline. New tools and resources pop up every year for any topic. Your professor won't be aware of all of them. You can share useful tools, resources, events, and things that could contribute to the course in some way in the online forum. Maybe your professor will pick up on it. Volunteer in a project, get a student job, or participate in one of the department's student project groups. You will get more opportunities in meetings and events to connect with the professor and staff. According to the 738-55 rule, just 7% of your message is communicated through words. Your tone of voice contributes 38% and your body language communicates 55% of your message. I added recommendations for books that I really enjoyed about body language in the description. A well-groomed appearance also helps conveying a professional attitude. You can match your appearance, your vocabulary, and your energy level to your professors. The other person will automatically find you more trustworthy. Make sure that you follow all instructions on assignments or project work thoroughly. Beyond that, you can still be creative and add your flavor. There are many occasions where you can ask questions about the current topic in class. If you procrastinated for weeks, that's on you. Avoid requesting a repetition of the whole course for you. Make sure to keep up with the schedule. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. I invite you to visit my channel page and get more practical tips. See you soon.